Okay, so I'm gonna just be doing a little activity while I'm talking to you today because I've been kind of busy. And yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes. I don't even feel like I'm not complaining or anything. Just to say that I miss you. Like, I haven't made a video to let y'all know what's been going on, and a part of me feels a little guilty about that. I'll be honest. I like sharing what I'm doing and all that. I love, expressing, and yeah, it's the sharing. It's really all about the sharing. The expressing is helpful. It helps me process some things. I'll be honest, but it's the sharing, because I'm like, oh, you want to see? Want to see what I'm doing? Oh yeah. Speaking of, look what I'm doing. So I made all these cards. Aren't they pretty? Which are just stamps on bits of cardstock that I painted on. And I have 2 markets that I'm doing this weekend, and then the following weekend I'm also doing 2. Both times I'm doing them both in one day. So, I just ride a little manic wave and get it all out in one day, and then have the next day to completely fall apart and do nothing. It's great. It's a ebb and flow, finding balance, right? It's some of that, a little bit of that. Yeah, it looks so pretty. So pretty. So yeah, this is for the concrete business. And if you can see behind me, maybe not that well anymore, there is a table in the corner full of concrete stuff. So I've been doing that a lot this last week, gearing up for the weekend. But we are a week and a half into December already. Oh my gosh. So that explains this last week, but it does not explain all the time before that since I've seen you. So I have a lot of catching up to do. Gosh, I'm very excited about the previous week. I was working on an artist proposal, which it's my first. It's my first, and it's not something that I was taught in college. They teach you how to write, but they don't teach you like a format for writing proposals. I spent 2 weeks working on a new body of work proposal, mulling over some ideas and trying to figure an angle, because it's through the city of San Antonio, which is where I live, and which is very exciting to be working with some sort of like a bureaucratic institution, maybe, to give me even more experience that I don't have. New experience is good experience, I feel like. It's a work based on sustainability. So many. I have more. Don't worry, I'm not done yet. Anyways, so the angle that I chose for the body of work that I want to work on is about, I think it ties into my larger body of work, which is landscape based, but in the guise of how we are humans are tied to our landscape. And I don't just mean like physically limited or anything, but just the characteristics alone are one and the same and together. I think that is something that is throughout all of my work. But when I started thinking about this body of work, I started really thinking about not just body as landscape or memory as landscape or humanity in the landscape. And I honed in on a few plants whose characteristics are so apparently linked to characteristics that we find in everybody, or at least the things that we look to as like the strengths of being human. Perseverance, resilience, protection, love, and grace, all those beautiful things. At first, got really intrigued with this idea of just like when I walk down the street, I see signs and symbols all the time, whether it's like in a ladybug or a butterfly flying by, or the amount of birds that are flying overhead or on a telephone wire nearby. Like I read into all that stuff as if they're like little signals given to me to let me know how I'm doing in my day, or even with my thoughts. And I don't know, maybe other people do that, but it's just how I think. So at first I was thinking more about like how trees kind of lean into each other and grow together as kind of this beautiful correlation and personification of trees, being very human-like, like a little family. Sometimes you see that. Or in the way like wildflowers will grow in the craziest of places between cracks in the sidewalk or alongside a highway. Like I really love these messages of resilience and just like, hey, look, you can do it too. You can survive. Like if this plant can get beat up every day and still look amazing and thriving, you can live through whatever's coming at you. So that was the start, the premise, and then I kind of started thinking more about specific plants. I honed in on a yucca, which is just like, I didn't know has its own moth. It's so tied to something so specific to keep itself alive that it kind of boggles my mind a little bit, And I think humans have that kind of faith in nature to continually provide and to be there to clean the air and to nurture us and nourish us. And I think that it's something that we maybe take for granted or don't think about. So I like the analogy within that, as well as the Esperanza shrub, which is these beautiful, they grow everywhere here, and they're these beautiful 7-foot bushes that, well, in the summertime everything else is crunchy and dried up and gnarly from the triple digits. These plants are still green and luscious and like overflowing with these yellow flowers. I love that analogy, this symbol of resiliency. And the name Esperanza translates to hope, so yeah, it's like it's in the name. Oh, and the third plant that I honed in on was something called a common name Palo Verde, which means green stick. And it's a tree that is native here that not only has these beautiful yellow flowers that bloom during the summer, they also have this vibrant green bark, which is just so stunning and intense. And it's just, I feel like a beautiful symbol of like, not only its resiliency in blooming during the summer here, but also just the like finding another way to survive by photosynthesizing in its bark, which is pretty amazing and magical. I found out about that through a conversation I had with somebody. I had no idea that that's what was going on. I've definitely seen those trees around, and I was like, wow, that green is so intense, because it's like this almost lime green, fluorescent-y kind of green bark. And they told me that no, it's like photosynthesizing, that's why it's green. I was like, oh, cool, so cool. So yeah, working on that, doing my side hustle market thing. And also, I had a sweet friend that came in town. Yeah, I met somebody at that residency and they came to visit. So I'm a lucky person to have found somebody that wants to travel to see me. That's so nice. And they're really sweet, so bonus. Let's see, what else? Oh, funny, I was talking about that on this very card. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, so busy. I've been busy. I think there was one other thing that I wanted to mention to you besides market, guest. Yeah, I don't know. While I continue to do this side hustle, I was talking to a friend about this, how I'm become more aware of how much time I give to this small business that I started last year, the concrete making and crafting, all kinds of crafts that I do with it. Just becoming more aware of how much time I give to it. Just want to be aware, because I would like to make art making my main focus. And yeah, I don't want any self-created obstacles for my dreams to be hiccuped on. So yeah, it's a curious thing, and I think a lot of people, have to battle with paying the bills or following a dream. That's just how it is. To be human in our society, what are you gonna do? Find a way. You find ways. That's what you do. So yeah, that's what's been on my plate. Not too shabby. Yeah, I've been busy, and I hope that y'all have had a great start to December. Wow, it's not December yet, it's November. Oh, wow. So, yeah, look at so many cards. So many cards. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Y'all have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thanks.